Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. We've just explored the cafe and found another code and this weird little device here. Now I've got an idea of what this might do. I'm thinking we might need it in that area we were in with Nico before, where we found the first code message. There was that little slot on the wall and we didn't have the artifact to use on it. So I wonder if that's potentially where we've got to use that. So I think... if I remember correctly, we did everything we could do in here. We had a look at that and that was fine. So let's head out. We'll check down the little alleyway.
Hey, what about my photos?
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
Well, I'm waiting. Get your camera out.
Camera. Oh, I forgot. It broke.
Yeah.
Alors, they should never send a woman to do a man's job.
Well, this woman had fooled him easily enough. And found the evidence the police had missed.
Yeah, if you say so, buddy. If you say so. But we outsmarted you, didn't we? So, there we go. Right, let's check over here. I wonder if there's anything down the alleyway. Nothing immediately. I don't know if we'll be able to get down here, actually, because we don't have the tool which George had, do we? But we might be able to do something here, maybe?
The pipes weren't going to help my investigation.
No, okay. So I'm guessing we won't be able to lift this up, actually. Unless...
There might have been clues down there. But I was relieved I didn't have a sewer key.
That's it. We don't have the sewer key. So we'll have to remember, though, just in case, I don't think there's anything that would help us there. But you never know. So, let's head... well, I guess to a different area then.
The strange metal artifact I found in Plantard's pouch had pointed back to the Quayside.
Yes, that was what I was thinking. The Quayside. Wow, it took an hour to get here. Fair enough. Right, let's just have a look over here. Make sure there's nothing new going on. I mean, I didn't think there would be... Ooh. Was this boat here before? I don't remember that being there.
An old boyfriend of mine owned a barge once. Dampest relationship I ever had. In every way.
Nice. Terrible joke, though. Right, let's head this way. So, yeah, I'm thinking we probably use it there, because we didn't have an item there before. If you're thinking, Turian, what the hell are you talking about? You will see in just a second. So, let's head through. Are we going to have to do this puzzle again, or does the... Yeah, we are. Okay. So, we're going to have to open this all up again, then. That's... I suppose it makes sense, but I think it would be quite nice if there was a way of just it being open. But I guess then anybody could find it, right? So for realism, I guess we're not going to do... How did we do this again? Was this... Yeah, that was it, wasn't it? So then that jams that open, and then we used the artifact thing on here. Like so. And then that opened that up. That's it. Right. And then through we go. Right, here. This is what I'm thinking. And then there's obviously something behind here. We've left all the lights on and everything, but...
That wasn't going to help.
Well, I know it wasn't. But I'm thinking we probably use this here. Yes, we do! Alright.
Plantard's key fitted the lock, so he must have used this place too.
Indeed. But we sort of figured that already. What is this? Some stacks of paper. This looks torn up. What's here?
The folders were empty. Someone had removed anything that they thought could be incriminating.
Have they now?
A photograph had been torn up.
Interesting. Oh god, are we going to have to...
just arrange the pieces.
Oh, yeah, we are. We're going to have to rearrange it. Alright, to move a fragment, move the mouse pointer over it. When the pointer turns to a hand, click and drag... Okay, that's fine. We should be able to do this, shouldn't we? Is that right? Or is it? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Right. Anyway, so.
Oh my god! It can't be.
Oh, is this her dad? This looks a lot like the photo that we saw before, doesn't it? So these two go together. I'm not convinced that bit actually goes there. Maybe it does, though. Maybe it goes like that. Okay. Yeah, this shouldn't take too long, I don't think, this puzzle. We sort of know what we're doing here. That, I'm guessing, goes there. And then this one there. Yep, nice. And then we've got to try and figure out the top bit, which seems to go like that. Is that right? I think that's right. No, that's not right. That's right. And then that one goes there. I mean, do we really need to reconstruct all of this? It feels like we kind of know what's going on, to be honest. Apparently we do need to reconstruct it. So maybe... Oh, I see. Right. So, the face needs to go there. I'm guessing that pocket, yeah, that goes there. That goes there. There, and then this one goes here. Is that right? Oh no, that's me being stupid, isn't it? There we go, and then that goes there.
There was no doubt about it. It was a picture of my father.
So he was involved then.
Papa, oh God. After what I'd gone through, I thought I could face anything, but not this. My father. The one person in the whole world who I truly admired, standing with Crachon, while those murderers carried on with their evil work. My father, grinning at the camera. I couldn't believe it.
Well, better start believing it.
I realized that I desperately needed to get to the bottom of this story, and that I really needed George.
Alright, so are we going to go back to George now? Maybe this is where we're going to meet and work together. I do like how dynamic the backgrounds are with like the traffic going past and things. I think that's a really nice touch. Just brings the whole scene to life, doesn't it? Okay, later that afternoon. Okay, now we're playing as George, right. Manual guy gave me the jacket. Okay. So, we've got the nose, the sewer key, and those other things. Let's talk to this lady. See if she's got anything interesting to say, and then we'll head inside and talk to Nico.
Oh, hi.
Bonjour, monsieur. Would you like me to foretell your future?
Yeah.
No thanks.
Oh, no, we
I'm
don't.
Very good. It only takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to.
Fair play. Alright, we can ask some questions, though.
Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me in the apartment block across the street. The door isn't locked, but you'll need to give it a gentle nudge. It sticks, you see, because of the damp. The landlord said he'd fix it before winter sets in. He's been saying that for 3 years.
How does she know all this?
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows, insufficient heating. It's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap. Your young lady, she deserves better.
Right, she lives in the block as well then, I see.
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes.
Alright.
Oh, I've heard her crying herself to sleep at night.
That's awful.
Now don't you let on that I've told you. She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
And you're a bit of a gossip, aren't you? Jeez.
Have you seen anyone out here watching Mademoiselle Collard's apartment?
Yes, I have. A strange man. Tall and thin as a broomstick. He kept his face hidden. But I saw his eyes peering from evil little slits.
How was he dressed?
A long brown raincoat with an hat.
Or like Humphrey Bogart?
Yes, but he didn't have Bogart's charisma. Besides, this guy looked like he needed a toilet. You never saw Bogart clenching his buttocks like that.
Okay.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Mademoiselle Collard?
No, monsieur.
Okay. What about the flowers then?
Are the flowers for sale?
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
No?
They are lilies, monsieur. Some people associate them with death.
Yikes. Thanks for telling me. What other flowers do you have?
Dahlias?
What do they signify?
Insecurity?
I don't want to give her the wrong idea about me. What about the tall yellow ones?
Those are iris, the flame of passion.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Well, they're no use to me. I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat.
Alright, well, we can ask about the...
I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
You're going on a long journey.
My, oh my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know?
Let's see.
How does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose. Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
Right. Of course you do. I like the music here. It's very atmospheric.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe you're just going to die.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
Well, you don't know that, do you? At least she's got a short commute to work, I guess, if she lives in here. Okay, no. In we go then.
Remembering the flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the lock.
Oh, maybe we wouldn't have been able to get in without talking to her.
Bonjour. I'm glad you could make it, monsieur.
Please, call me George.
Fine. I'm Nico. Take a seat, George.
Thank you. We shall do. We have lots to discuss.
Eh bien? And what have you been up to?
I've been exploring the sewers underneath the cafe.
I thought I could smell something bad.
The clown
Rude.
used the sewer to escape and to change out of his costume. I guess he was in a hurry. He left his jacket behind.
And?
I got his tailor's phone number.
You had better luck than I did.
Luck, she said. Luck. Hard work, I'd call it. What happened?
My editor told me to drop this story. Can you believe it?
Yep.
But you're not going to do that.
Oh no. I'm going to find out what's behind these killings. It just doesn't add up. It almost feels like some sort of conspiracy. The police in 3 different countries have kept very quiet about the murders. The press don't connect them at all. They blame them on political, religious, or militant minority extremists.
Well, that covers just about everyone.
It does. Yeah, it's definitely a conspiracy. That much is for sure. Right, let's ask about her.
Tell me more about yourself.
There's nothing much to tell.
Well, how'd you get into photography?
I guess I owe that to my father. He bought me my first camera. I was 8, and my parents had just split up.
Okay.
Did you live with your father?
Yes. My mother went off with her new boyfriend. I didn't mind. Papa was all I needed. 4 years later, he died in a plane crash.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. I don't mind talking about him. He was more like an older brother, really. Always joking and laughing. Papa always wanted me to study art. That's why I went to college.
So they had a really close bond then, which is probably why all of this is so shocking to her.
Did you learn about photography at college?
Oh, God, no. I couldn't afford the materials. We were billed for everything we used. Paint, canvas, paper. Most of my year turned to minimalism. It was cheaper. I used to go poaching in the park for squirrel hair. The only time I wasn't hungry was the term I did printing. I used to eat the potatoes.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Alright, what about the clown then?
Tell me more about the clown's previous victims.
The first was Arnaud Bellotta, the millionaire pharmaceutical baron. He made his money from amphetamines in the post-war slimming and diet boom. Imagine it, millions of housewives literally speeding their butts off. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was lured to his death by a snowman.
What about the clown's second victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese politician.
Oh, Yamada's
He
dead.
inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium.
How did he die?
At the hands, or should I say flippers, of a giant emperor penguin.
A snowman, a penguin, and now a clown.
I had been about to add mime to the list, but stopped myself. I really didn't want to have to explain to George about my father's involvement with Cachon.
You know, I hate to admit it, but this is scary. And I'll tell you this, I will not be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you for being scared. I am too. But this story could be my only chance for a big break.
Or an early death.
So I think that line about the mime was added in there. I don't think that was in the original game because it sounded different. So I'm guessing this whole mime thing at the beginning of the game was added in for the director's cut and wasn't actually mentioned full stop in the original game, which is pretty cool. It's a nice addition, I think. A good amount of new content. Right, let's talk about some of the clues that we found then.
I found this false nose in the sewer.
Hey, what's this inside it?
The contents of someone's nose?
Don't be cross, George. It says La Risée du Monde. Masks and costumes. It's a costume shop near the Gare Saint-Lazare.
I'll check it out. Maybe the owner remembers who hired the clown costume.
Could well be so. Let's talk about this tissue.
I found this tissue down the sewer.
That's disgusting.
No. I think the stuff on it is grease paint, like actors use, or clowns.
It's still disgusting. Get rid of it.
I mean, probably shouldn't have put it on the table. That's a bit weird. You found that in a sewer.
I found a piece of material near the cafe. When I showed it to the concierge, he recognized it right away.
It's very distinctive, all right. Just wait until you see this. I developed the film I shot at the cafe.
Here, George. It's an enlargement I made.
Let's have a look.
Look what that guy's wearing.
Checkered pants. The same material as I found in the sewer.
Is this the guy?
Right. This guy shouldn't be difficult to find.
Oh no?
Take a close look at his right cheek.
A scar in the shape of a horseshoe.
Or a crescent moon.
Ah, well, this certainly makes things interesting. Because now we've got a face for our killer, potentially.
How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
We could talk about this, I guess. Not that it's going to come in useful.
This is the tool I used to get into the sewers.
Fascinating, George.
You're not interested, are you?
Oh, of course I am. I think it was very brave of you to go down those sewers.
Yeah? Well, it was kind of scary, but, well, I had a job to do.
Alright, well.
I have to go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
So I guess our next port of call then is probably going to be the costume shop, I would imagine. Let's have a look. Potentially, yes. So, that is going to do it for this episode, guys. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne, Nate, Terminally Nerdy, Paul from the Fenton Fellows, and Lyle for all the support. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all next time.